A lot of series, like, it's not, it doesn't matter that much, but there's a lot of question marks. I think there's the Husker question mark, there's the Prophet, the Bounty.
Remaining.
I think if Falcons are on second pick, they might even
5
ban
seconds
both.
remaining.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, to me, this IO support is a funny ban. It's so fully respect because no one else is playing its support at all.
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder if they're actually gonna run that back, or if they're going to alter to different paths.
Well, there's a lot of questions you guys want, and I'm here to give you the good news. Those questions will be answered as we're getting into our game number 3.
Radiant team ban. 5 seconds remaining.
Where are our first bans going to fall? Which heroes will not get to see themselves picked up in this Game 3 draft? We do have Nigma Galaxy being a first pick. That is the same as what happened in game number 2. And so it does give Falcons that avenue of this 4th ban here in the first phase. They've taken out the IO Coddle Ember. That's been consistent through all 3 games. Game 2, it was Wyvern. This time around, is it a bounty? No, it's going to be that Nature's Prophet. They're not willing to do that trade, and they go, where exactly are you going to go now, Nigma Galaxy? And it is back to that bounty.
Yep, I think this makes a lot of sense. I think Falcons should have seen this coming.
Oh, sure, for sure.
I think the Ember ban is a little bit weird. Like, there's no way Nigma would first ban Ember, or first pick Ember Spirit rather. So you are saying this is a future ban with the Ember Spirit, and we're okay with you taking bounty now. We think that wasn't the problem. Nature's Prophet was the problem. That's their assessment.
I mean, sometimes it's also like you map out the draft and you feel like we'll give them the bounty, but then at some point they're going to have a problem. Like they're going to, on the 4th pick, they're going to run into an issue. They don't have a hero that they can actually play. So if you give them the bounty and ban out the Ember, maybe Ember is for whatever reason that hero that's going to create issues for the things that they want to pick.
Yeah, definitely possible. And the Lina response, I think, is like, he's very chill. Bounty doesn't particularly do that much to Lina. I know you can sneak up on her and potentially try to do some ganks and speed the game up a little bit, but if you have 1 sentry, like it's relatively easy to actually prevent those mid ganks for Bounty Hunter. I think it's harder in a side lane to prevent them, but for mid, you kind of just put a sentry. And if you're even like a little bit aware of it, and the comms are good around Bounty Hunters missing, he might be looking towards mid, then you cannot die to these, and then suddenly you reach a point where Lina has Ags just flying around, and what does Bounty Hunter do to her?
Interestingly enough, I think as I've watched the Bounty Hunter meta unfold a little bit during this TI, I think a lot of teams are picking it after Lina because they have a read that this hero is good against her.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the track vision on this hero plus 1 blink stun, like a Tiny, for example, with the tossback. The ability to instantly jump her is their solution to her. And I think it's still pretty functional. You have to enable it through the draft, but the Lina pick into it, to me, says Malrion's playing for the lane. He's not going for these centaurs anymore. He's just going to pick his level 30 Lina, dumpster, whatever hero Lorenov's going to play, and the game's going to go off of that. But as it progresses, I think the macro is very much there for Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, I think you want something that helps you kill him, because you don't have much kill threat on him on your own, so you want something like the Clockwork, or some dude who just locks onto him and lets you dump all your spells, and so you can just kill him when he runs into these in-between areas. So especially Saksa just running around causing mayhem, and they can't actually kill him. They're chasing him around forever. You want these fast kills where you insta-kill the Bounty Hunter, you don't waste too much time, and then you put him back in base and you start the clock running
I would say Lina is, like, to some degree pretty good at defending her own side of the map. Like, I think this hero likes to farm her own camps. Like, we refer to them as a Lorenov camps, funnily enough, which is like the 2 camps that you find close to the mid lane tier 2 tower. And whenever Bounty would enter that kind of space, she has a very easy time just like blasting him off the screen. I personally hate Crystal Maiden, but I know Falcons love this hero and they're very successful with it. It's
I feel like you need to be you need to be more specific. It's Owie and Snake King. Every time a patch drops, they're in there running the numbers, they're crunching it. They're like, Crystal Maiden, can we make her work this patch? Is she gonna be our support? We need to be able to play. We need to fit her into a draft.
Yeah, I feel like they love this hero. I personally, like, in the last couple of years of my career, my relationship with CM kind of fell off. I loved playing her in the start, but then towards the end, we weren't very friendly. We weren't on good terms.
You know what it is, Aiden? It's because you were a selfless support player for a lot of your career, and a lot of these 5s who love CM are very farm-brained. You know, they want to frostbite creeps, and with the new CM build of buying the shard early, whenever it's ready, you buy it and you just
You
get all the
should tell
farm
Mickey
all
I
over
was
the map.
selfless, because he keeps claiming that I was a kill stealer.
You had one phase where you were playing Tinker and taking all of the farm, but aside from that, you've been pretty selfless.
Thank
so
you,
I'll
thank
defend you. I'll
My
defend
Rubik
you.
never stole any kills.
Never.
I don't even want to think about
Just like Lauren
10
in the last
seconds
game.
remaining.
Anyways, back to Mirana. They ran the same combo
5
as in last game, right?
seconds
I feel like
remaining.
the question, I think when you do this, you're also kind of saying, like, I don't think you guys can beat this.
Yeah.
Which, going up against Falcons, I think that is a big statement of saying, like, hey, we beat you with this last game. We're going to beat you with this again. And even though we don't have one of the core heroes that made it come together, it's still strong.
Yeah, you're sitting in that camp that with the Lina CM right now, you are wondering if there is an answer in the back pocket.
No, I'm
or
saying,
the-
like, Nigma's running back the exact same two supports.
Oh, you're just saying
And
what they're thinking.
Yeah, and they don't have
okay.
Nature's Prophet, which I think is kind of like a statement. It's like, this is just broken. We don't need the specific draft setup to make it work. Which I think they probably, like, I feel like that's what made it work. It was everything coming together in a nice way, but they're saying it's not the case.
You know, it's easy to feel that way if you have a mid-Nature's Prophet getting you side lane kills every 2 minutes, and then you have an early Yules on Mirana, and you're landing every arrow.
Woohoo! Yippee! I love Sniper. It's been so long. We haven't got this hero at TI. Finally, we get it. Lauren off my goat. Picking Sniper. It's a classic response to Lina because Lina is the queen of outranging you. Well,
10
Sniper says,
seconds
well, my
remaining.
name is Sharp Eye, and he outranges even Lina. The lane's very chill. The scaling's very good. I like it a lot. And it's good with Bounty Hunter because he's up in your face being the sort of tank that Sniper needs to function.
Dire
Dude,
team.
I don't know why seeing Lina, Crystal Maiden, and Wind Ranger on the same draft makes me think, like, this cannot win. It's like too many ranged, just like weak, no tankiness, you know, to them.
I think Falcons did something.
10 seconds remaining.
fun.
Him in place forever. So whenever he jumps into the fight and full commits like that hero has. Draft, if you look at the heroes, they really work together. They've got a nice mix of disable with damage. They've got some beefy boys. They've got some follow-up. And I agree, if you look at Falcons, it's the triple range scared heroes. And that is not often a recipe for success. And it's also not a recipe that Falcons likes very much.
Yeah, it's not. We don't really see them play like that. Like you know, if they
10
run the two
seconds
double
remaining.
support like ranged heroes that are high nuke damage, usually it's 3 strong tanky cores in the
5
front.
seconds remaining.
But yeah, I mean, I think Skeeter is kind of also making a statement for the rest of his tournament run, which could be good to know that he's playing
Dire
Sun,
team
Tiny,
ban.
or Alk. I think. And personally, I like the Tiny a lot more because it's just a lot more damage than the Alchemist, and they ran into that issue in last
Team
game, like
ban.
Mira mentioned. But I do agree, like Tiny, the way he likes to team fight is he likes to run in, press his spells, kill one guy, run away, and then survive for 12 seconds, and then go back in and do it again. And against Pit Lord, that becomes very difficult, Underlord.
I think it's time for ATF to bust out Mars.
10 seconds remaining.
Mars?
Is it?
Did you
I think
see?
so. I think any kind
5
of blink
seconds
stunner. I do.
remaining.
Or something of that note, because while I do agree with what both of you said,
Dire team pick.
Nigma's draft to me does not function in the same way as that game 2. I see it as an entirely different draft. There's no Ion Shell for the... There's no Nature's Prophet winning you side lanes. Sniper is very stationary. Sure, he can move to side lanes, but for the most part, he'll be sitting mid, he'll be farming. You're not going to have the same lead that you do.
10 seconds
Your Underlord
remaining.
can connect and make things happen with an Atos, but it's not going to function in a way where you
5
have the GPM
seconds
lead
remaining.
versus Falcons. So I just think that Falcons can correct their draft with one more blink stun, and Nigma will still have these issues when I look at it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Do you
though.
think Mars is that guy? Because I think Mars's tournament has looked very underwhelming, right?
It doesn't necessarily have to be Mars, but within that archetype.
Okay.
Blink, tanky, lane with the 4-1 ranger, press stun, something to shut down the sniper.
It's also interesting. I don't know if they respect the Sumail
Radiant
safe lane
team
invoker,
pick.
but they banned invoker. Okay. Necro.
So carry Necro, I guess.
It's a good hero against Tiny. It's Tiny, when you're playing as Tiny, generally speaking, like you brought it up to percent damage, but he becomes so tanky that you can't kill him. Necro is like the guy that says like, you are never gonna get too tanky for me. I can always kill you.
Yeah, it's very good.
Seconds.
Get on top of Sniper. Or sorry, it's Crystal Maiden and Windrunner.
Yeah.
It's hard to enter that mid lane. Like the area is very tricky to get to.
It very much is. I think you're probably playing through side lanes, or you're looking for support kills on the side, and you're not even trying to kill the Sniper, because I think it's kind of just unreasonable for it to happen unless he makes a serious misstep. The Doom response I like a lot because it just sort of shuts down Necrophos' scaling in a lot of ways. He's supposed to be this big tanky bull. He outlasts the Tiny. He plays a long fight. Well, Doom says, well, you can't do that anymore. There's no healing. If you run into the fight and you try to blob on the Tiny and stand next to him, I'm dooming you, and now the fight has turned the other way. And so it's a very immediate response of like, you want to play this way? Well, you can't anymore.
And I love the counterpick to the Necrophos.
10 seconds remaining.
I look at these two drafts and I think that Nigma feel very inspired in their
5
support duo
seconds
from how
remaining.
Game 2 went, but I think this Game 3 will function very differently, and it's going to be trading farm in the mid lane, trading farm on the side lanes, and Falcons are very content to trade farm. The reason why they couldn't in that Game 2 was their lanes were crushed and their towers were gone. That's not going to be the case in this Game 3 from what I'm seeing.
Is there a potential for shakeup of tempo though? Like, do you see Falcons going, we have strong lanes, and if they do well in those lanes, we could really see them push that? And if a team fight were to fail, it's not doom and gloom. They could still go back to that, okay, we'll just trade farm, we'll both see where we're at in another 10 to 15 minutes.
I think Falcons has very good scaling. I don't think they're scared about like the game being slow paced and nothing happening, but I think what is scary for them is if it's like a prime Sniper meta gameplay where the Sniper and the two supports just like move around and you can't enter the area that they're in, and then they are just shooting down your towers from 2,000 range and you just have to watch the tower die because there's nothing you can do about it. I think if that sort of gameplay can happen through Lorinov, then they have the potential to kind of snowball this game and take control of the map.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games where you look at the draft and you can see a world where both teams' drafts function. And I think that's what you want for Game 3, the last series of the night. I look and I think whoever is on fire, who's playing to their strengths and using the heroes the way that they work, because the heroes work very differently. Like you said, it's not the same game as Game 2. I think Mira's on point. And I think, I don't know, I'm just looking forward to see it. I'm contractually obligated to root for my boy Cardell. I'm signed by John Sharpeye, so yeah. Big Sniper fan here, and I think he's got it.
All right, well, I don't know if I necessarily agree with Quinn and his desire to see a Sniper success there, but the fact that we have a 50-50 on this draft, one of the most even we've seen in this best of 3, well, that's what brings me excitement, but also the fact that it's going to be brought to us by Cap and SBG.
You're too kind, Nat. Thank you. That's right. We are going into our favorite situation. Avery, it's the last series of the night. It's a Game 3. It's past midnight. We're into some D-Gen hours here. The pressure is on, but also these teams are going to be fatigued. We're going to get weird with it.
Brings me back to those old NA pub days, you know, where some of these guys grew up. So you got to dig deep. You got to find your energy, find your focus, believe in your lineup, and just go with it. You can't start questioning things in the middle of this Game 3. That, to me, is one of the most important things about these very intense, very stressful situations. You don't want to get 30 minutes of this game and be like, man, should we pick Necro? Should we pick Doom? Like, you don't want to have these thoughts enter your mind. You just need to be disciplined about it. Come together as a team. Believe in each other. Believe in the calls. And full send it. Because the team that plays with confidence in this Game 3 is going to win it. I don't care about draft. It's all about confidence. It's about coming together as a 5-man unit and playing decisively. I think both of these lineups can be really annoying to play against with the super long-range turret heroes and these goobers that just go in and make space for them. Yep, but there's a lot of room for execution in that. I don't think either lineup is super straightforward.
Power shot. Cutting across the way there. Omar gets a little bit low, but they did the damage to Omar. And we'll see if that snowballs the lane a little bit, because it almost looks like they're going to start off with a little bit of tri-lane action here. could be just what you need to get this game 3 started off the right way. Even if they don't get the kill, they'll start off with some better trades and damage, that's for sure. It does leave the Underlord in lane alone for just a little bit, but it's against a Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, the mid lane matchup, that's going to be the biggest one to watch. It's Lornoff Sniper versus Maureen Lina. This is Siggy's for both.
We were discussing the sniper before the event. Like, who is scariest on this hero? Who can actually execute the sniper and make it work? And the two players that at least I heard most people agree on was No One for P-Vision and Lornoff for Nigma Galaxy. Yep. Individually, they are super skilled on the hero, and as a team, they play really well around it. Maybe honorable mention to Thompson, but he was a stand-in, so I'm not going to give as much team credit there, though his sniper is insane.
Sure.
I think what makes a good sniper player is it feels like they always find a little extra farm, and they scale a little bit harder. They don't fall off, and they understand how to play around this hero in the first 10 minutes. To me, that is the most important thing about a sniper game. He has to find impact in the first 10 to 15. Bring supports to this hero. Find ways to drag the enemy into unfavorable skirmishes and just abuse shrapnel, abuse the extra range. Be 5-0, 6-0, 9-0. We've seen this hero run games over. It can happen. It's a very obnoxious hero in terms of the zone of control. That's what we're going to see Nigma Galaxy try and provide here. They have two other heroes that can kind of frontline and tank some spells between Underlord coming in with Gate and the Necrophos just going in. That's kind of what the Doom is there, to break these frontline healers and open up some space. But their gap close is pretty minimal. So this sniper should have a good time for a long time until the Tiny is fully online. And then maybe you can find him with this Skeeter jump. But that's about it.
Yeah, if you say comfort and confidence is going to be key to winning a game 3 late into the night like this, I mean, you really can't get more confident if you're Nigma Galaxy for a sniper. Omar almost giving up the first blood, but does manage to get away with the invisibility, pops a fairy fire, and he gets out. First blood still on the table here. But on the other side, Falcons, I feel like they also got to be very comfortable because they've got scale. Maybe they don't have the most signature heroes on every single one of their players, but they absolutely have scale, and they absolutely have the kind of style of game that I feel like Falcons is known for.
Lina can take Sniper on. It's not the best matchup for her, but if you get to the blink later on, you can just kind of blink stun him and try and burst him down. It can be a little bit of a obnoxious matchup. Right. They have some blink dagger heroes in all 3 cores potentially. Game can get really weird if it goes late here.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest one for me is that last big Doom against the carry Necrophos. It was just like, okay, we're not going to let you be able to play scale into late game team fights. That's not going to happen. We're just going to Doom you, and you don't have a carry anymore.
Maybe I'm most worried for Smail in this game. I think his scale looks the most difficult. His impact in the fights looks the most difficult. This Necrophos just feels out of place to me. It's against a lot of long-ranged heroes. A lot of spellcasters, a displacement spell, an anti-healing spell in this Doom. It's just kind of miserable. He's going to have a good laning phase.
Another round of heal available. Samael not actually that close to dying.
So much sustain this hero.
Yeah.
Really got to be careful up here. If you're Falcons, you don't feed away some bad double kill. He just gets to regen back up. He has large wand plus fairy fire plus rain drop. You're still getting baited a little bit.
Oh, maybe it's Amar's getting baited in. So many heroes are low in this top lane. Everybody's baiting out their magic wands and their fairy fires and their lotuses.
Whoever bites first is going to lose. And it could snowball this lane considerably. Could also maybe see that gate rotation off the Crystal Maiden. It's really tempting right now.
It's running into each other. Starstorm brings crit low. Quick little power shot. Not going to do much damage there. GH out of leap charges. Missed. Low ground miss. Maybe Samael can get the hit. He does, and that will deliver the kill to GH, who finally closes the distance just enough. He had to drop a ward to be able to get it, but it's first blood. It's worth it.
Absolutely worth the first blood here. If you can get the 6-minute Lotus too, as Wind Ranger either has to come back the lane or go somewhere else, that could also be worth it. 6-minute power runes also spawning, so where Crick goes right now, he's gonna go back top. He's gonna fight for the Lotus. Try and deny that. This does free up the power rune for the sniper with the bounty roaming through mid. Support numbers advantage. And Malrine, he needs to be careful manning up for it. You don't want to get baited going for this rune without knowing where the bounty is. They're gonna bring the Maiden over.
Especially with level 6 on.
This is
picked up. They're gonna go for him. Pops out of the trees. So I'm down with the
shrapnel.
It's a haste rune. Oh no.
Run.
Can he get there in time? Starts running after him. Omar's just gonna try and keep it. Yeah, Malrine knows he can't really run so much. He's gonna turn fight. Laguna Blade goes back down, but now GH is gonna join in on the party. And Lorinov continuing to play with that haste rune. He gets low. Crit's gonna join in, already using the power shot. He's got another one coming up soon.
Damage is done though. That's a big kill for Sniper because he can run back towards the fountain. It's going to speed up his heal here. That was a really fortunate rune. However, I think that's also a rune that I don't think you can get test up top with the bounty off the map. I think you just had to go bottom with the Lina and gamble with the main backup. You got to respect where Omar is rotating towards. I was about to say, the Maiden pick, I'm not a huge fan of this hero. It can shut down Bounty Hunter early. It's hard to pop out if you just get frostbitten. It does give you some extra lane shove in the game. It's a hero that Falcons are really comfortable with. It's not a hero that's been too successful in the last year or so, though. It's really difficult to make work because you're not that unkillable support archetype. Yeah. You don't have some sort of big survivability spell. The Shard's a little bit, but Maiden is generally easy to kill. You're just kind of food in some of these games.
What are the advantage of Maiden? She farms better.
You farm a lot. You farm a lot, you can buy some nice items, and you can honestly scale pretty well if you get to the full kit. You do a lot of damage on this hero. The aura also basically helps you shove waves by getting, more mana, etc. There's some small advantages. The feel thing. Triple lane win for Nigma Galaxy, though. Pretty dominant here in this game 3 to start it off. Can't be too upset with this start.
Mar going to be spotted by the sentry that is sitting on tower.
Sniper pressure is starting to build up. We're seeing heroes get dragged towards mid. Falcons need to be really careful getting dragged into this sniper zone of control. It can go bad real fast, so you got to be disciplined here. Play on sentries, group up with all three, and they'll find a little pickoff.
Very nice. Frostbite into the Laguna Blade and a gate
middle tower is under
out of the
attack.
Underlord. So that is very nice for Falcons.
Really well played there. They did not overextend. Very disciplined about it. Get the little pickoff, back off. Sniper doesn't get anything in this interim. Sidelanders are still farming well in these matchups. That's one thing Nigma set up well. I think when you have the sniper, you need to be able to rotate supports to him, which means the two one-on-ones that get isolated, if you have favorable matchups in those, which they do, you're really happy on the map overall.
Mar, he already knew about the sentry from before, but still is going to dare it to try and get the kill on Malrine instead. Will be punished.
That was a little greedy. You know there's vision back there.
Yeah, I mean, he already did the walk behind. The creep saw him. They attacked him. One grenade goes real awry, and that's going to lead to the death of
you are doomed.
GH as he is doomed. Well, that means Samael doesn't have to worry about Doom for a little bit.
Falcons are defending mid really well in this game. And I think Nigma need to recognize that and either play around it by going back to side lanes and dragging supports there and then going back mid, or just setting up deeper wards to find this Lina in the jungle, kind of playing for the kill in that area.
Okay.
You don't want to keep...
you ever pull Lorne off to side lane? Should you ever do that?
You can with the hero, but you better make it work. Now, you pull him to a side lane, it has to be a kill and a half to 2. Between that 1 and 2, the 1 core kill or the double. If you just kill a support or give up a power rune in exchange, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, the combination of tower pressure with the very easy neutral farming with shrapnel. There's the bait gonna die again.
It's really hard to run into these areas with the bounty. And yeah, he keeps getting assassinated, but Lornov's not happy with this. He's free farming, but he's not getting those little extras on top. The bounty roam to mid has been generally shut down by these Falcon supports. Experience paying off here. They've played against this hero a million times. Like, they know what he wants to do.
They've got a power rune for their troubles to Malrine, a regen rune at that. It is going to be a very fast Radiance for the Necrophos, and it is also going to be a rushed Aghanim Scepter for the Underlord. Right there.
Strong items when they hit. Gonna be able to back up this sniper a lot.
But it is going to be a little while until they hit, which means the sniper is, like, he's not left alone on an island. He still has supports helping him, but if they can't find those kills, it's not like the side lane is going to change that. Frostbite and plenty of damage, especially with the freezing field being dropped on Devi's head.
Look at that damage.
Right again.
Give you?
After GH, Maureen pops a regen, turns and fights GH.
He's fast.
He's out of lead charges. Maureen really could kill him here. Laguna Blade, another Dragon Slave would get the kill, or maybe even just the right clicks. He gets run down by Maureen. These supports are having no luck to get Maureen whatsoever.
He's just straight out playing him.
Bottom tower
positioning.
is under attack.
How well he played the lane. Only giving up that one death. Such a consistent mid laner. And this is Nigma banging their head against that brick wall mid. It begs that question of, you know, you could have gone to a side lane and then back to mid.
Yeah, you could have gone and enabled this Reaper sight to go off on Amar, because they can set it up with the stun, just like they were doing in game 2.
Ooh, that was close.
It does connect. It does get the extra bit of regen for Samantha.
This is the move I think they should have done after the first bounty does mid. Because now, if you want to go back for this mid play, the game flow is going to open up a little bit more.
Does put Lornov in a really awkward spot. There's no gate, no supports to help him out. They are going to be running into shrapnel, and that's dangerous.
That's a tough hero to gap close.
Trying to go after snaking here. Power Rune. Amp damage on the other side. Omar is unable to get the kill, and now he's just going to give up his life. Unnecessary.
Bounty's getting punished hard. Yeah. Every time he shows.
We're not going to get any tracks out of him anytime soon. It's going to need the 14-minute Wisdom Shrine to get level 6.
Doom is threatening the Necrophos top. Nigma had a strong start to the lane phase. Falcons are striking back, making this early skirmish power work for them. Really stabilize this game. Shut down the sniper potential. Not that the hero shut down. They didn't let him snowball off this laning phase. That's a
hit it with the power shot. GH, nice little dodge to the side there. It did get low off of that one, so he's got to be careful. Great space for the Doom, and they got him! That was nicely set up. Even strapped the ult there from the sniper to finish him off. That felt great.
What they wanted in this game. A couple more of those get the track online. Snake King sitting no detection here.
Easily found, and all of a sudden, Lamar gets some much needed experience if they can get this kill. Oh, failing to get it. Now he's going to die to Amar instead. Keeps on getting baited in to try and finish off these heroes. And the Falcons supports and cores keep punishing him for it.
This bait pick really worked out in terms of shutting the bounty down. See if it works out for the rest of the game. But I felt like that was the majority of the reason they picked it, and it's done its job as another assassinate.
Is it even worth it to do that to a Pizza Travel hero?
Let's just force him off the lane. It's effectively getting this mid tower, which got glyphed on 20 HP. You gonna let it get denied here?
Yeah, he doesn't want to get baited into trying to go for that last hit, so Crit gets a deny.
I think Falcons are weathering the storm right now.
Yeah.
They're playing a lot better than the game 2. They have more play options. They're more comfortable. They're finding these little extra kills. Oh, it's just a solo kill from Amar.
Yeah, well, it is going to bait him in underneath these neutrals. Oh, need the Reaper Scythe, and it finally comes through. They've got
it. All right, a little too aggressive there. Another Reaper kill. Gonna give Sumail some extra regen. Radiance is done. His farm rate's going to start to pick up here. Falcons maybe going to try and hunt him on this wave with the Lina rotation. I don't know if Sumail expects this at all.
Frostbite, LSA, through the blade, freezing field. They've got so much damage to throw at him that even through the heals, they've got Sumail.
Cheeky little pickoff right there. That's what this lineup can do. They have a lot of wave shove, but they have a lot of just the two-man pickoff game with the Lina plus anybody, Tiny plus anybody, Doom on his own. There's a lot of threats to consider on this map. Which means the information you're getting off the bounty is probably more important than any other game in this series. But it's a lot to keep track of. Kind of hard to be everywhere right now, and the threats for Falcons are starting to pick up. They're heading straight bottom. Devi, you look like you are in trouble.
Yeah, he is very dead with 4 heroes surrounding him. Toss actually grabs Amar. Not that it matters one bit.
And a little Goomba stomp for the road. Heroes are getting a lot of gold out of this early game just off the kills.
Not really finding the connection there. Maybe he will on Maureen. They're going to try to chase after him underneath this tower. Really going after it. Do manage to land the stun into the arrow, finish him off. Killing spree taken away from Maureen.
That's a big kill.
And put into Lornoff's pocket.
All a product of taking down that mid tower. This is way more of a dangerous area to sit around now.
Is under attack.
And honestly, this Bounty Mirana duo has looked just like a setup stun into arrow. It's surprisingly effective.
Yeah.
I think it's catching Falcons off guard in this series.
Go after Amar here. Amar making the read. Just pops it dust.
Under attack.
Gold down the drain.
He'll farm this lane knowing that the bounty hunter isn't on him. So
Be very interested to see what he goes for this game on the Doom. If he wants a faster blink, he's going to try and scale up. He didn't go early Radiance, so he's not trying to hyper scale. Ags in this game could be interesting later on. We've seen it against Necros a couple times. Makes it really hard to just stick in the fight. He has some options here as he's getting ganked. Would be another trap.
Oh, what? Trying to get the hit in. They still got him inside the pit, though. That will lead to Reaper. Leads to a Reaper side. There you go.
More HP, more mana regen, more gold for Sumail. Everybody wants to KS these kills, but only one of them can.
Dire's bottom tower.
Anti-Lornoff KS technology with the Reaper.
Nigma Galaxy, they seem to really thrive with these global heroes, where they're allowed to over-rotate on you. And
yeah, for sure.
It doesn't feel as bad because, like in this case, the Underlord just gates right back through. The ward behind this mid tower, though. Falcons are setting up for a big move. Managed to get the blink toss back onto Sniper. Tier 2. He's got a Hurricane Pike to push him farther away from the freezing field. They can't get this kill. Omar does die underneath the tower, but Snaking is in a real awful position, and there's no way out for him. So it's just a support trade-off. The Sniper too hard to hunt down for Falcons.
Still looking here, has a lot of damage on his own.
Yeah, with a power shot, he can easily one-shot GH, but it's going to be a bit awkward. Diving past this here, too. The Sniper's in trouble. Devi trying to help him out. Lornoff, though, there's something they can do to save him.
He Hurricane Piked in, trying to chase the Skeeter Tiny. Didn't recognize the flank that was coming in from the Doom. Just no way to get him out of there.
Yeah, the Doom just thrown on Sumail, keeps him out of the fight entirely.
That was a nice ward from Falcons. They got some solid value out of it. Will go down. And now Omar, he's like, maybe I can go Radiance in this game.
Still going to find the opening on Maureen. It's hard to make this happen against the Tiny. He leaps away for the initiation. Oh. From behind. What a move from GH. That was just nasty.
He used the Tiny too, so now he's going to get set up on.
He is.
Reaper in 2. 1.
Right, stop him. Shackle shot, but here comes the Reaper sight to cut Skeeter down the side.
GH gone. What can you do? This guy is in zone. He is one of the best supports to ever do it. Having himself another fantastic Mirana game here. Not as smooth in the very early game, but now he's starting to heat up, really making this Eul Scepter work.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Finding some
under
extra
attack.
moves here. A Breath of Life. Gap gets created. They're going to get a tier 1 off it as well. Yeah, you lost your Sniper mid. That's a blow, but you got a bigger prize here.
Radiant's bottom
It's so funny watching Amar switch between his item ideas, you know?
Yeah.
They got those mid kills.
Dire's
He's thinking
top
Radiance.
tower is under
His
attack.
2 cores die bottom. Okay, I'm going back to BKB. Game's looking a little worse now. It just keeps oscillating. That's some nice juicy farm.
If they're winning, win more. If they're losing, he always feels like he needs the team fight. Missed out on the arrow.
Little caster curse, I apologize.
It's fine. It means Sumail can catch up in order to be a part of the track kill.
Just intentional.
Exactly. Extra gold, extra gold. That's all you're focused on. Lornoff is hoping to snowball this even more. This is the dangerous part of the time for Falcons. Falcons have all this scale, but Nigma Galaxy are very much online with their Sniper, ready to run the map, ready to close things off. This is going to start looking a little bit like Game 2. So, Avery, are Falcons better equipped to weather that storm than they were in Game 2, or is this just going to come down to better play?
I think it just comes down to better play.
The double hits again from these bounty hunters set up.
It's just
pop out of the Shadow Walk, stun him again with another Shadow Walk and hit the arrow.
The thing is, I don't like Falcons support duo against the bounty once this map gets opened up.
Okay.
I think early game it's quite strong, but as the map gets opened up, your support duo becomes a little clunky. They're not great at locking the bounty down. You're not Spirit Break, you're not Clockwork, you're not Bane, you're not Disruptor, right? These classic heroes that just cast one spell on the bounty, lock him in place, and then you can set up the damage. It's closer range between this Shackle and Frostbite that is
Devi is really committed here. He's going to get punished for it. Instantly doomed up. The Necrophos is nearby with the Doom used. I do wonder if Samael, not that he can save Devi, but maybe he can get a turnaround kill.
Got the BKB.
Yeah.
Throw the Reaper
out of Amar. That's good enough.
Too high there.
Meanwhile, the Crystal Maiden, I mean, it's another track kill.
This trio.
Track kill for Lorinov, who, with the Furion, was collecting on all the last hits. Now with a Sniper, he's running along with his supports.
The thing is, normally when Nigma play this style, if you're Falcons, you're okay giving up some kills if you're farming 3 cores. But the issue is it's Bounty Hunter. So you just win the net worth trade off of the extra track, plus information and D-wards and all this stuff, right? And then the Falcon supports have to invest more gold in detection, and it just compounds. So you can build a lead with just kill threat style against a team that is very efficient at playing the map. This Underlord's going to spawn with an Ags Gate available. You really have to be careful of this as well.
Yeah. Especially with the information that Omar has gotten. Considering the fact that he had such a rough start, a very late level 6, the information he's been getting is been
huge.
Invaluable, right? It's the whole reason GH was able to make that move in the first place and bottom. Why they're able to kill Maureen with just 2 supports. Why they might be able to get this kill on crit as well and get some extra gold for it. Actually, Bounty Hunter's not going to join him. He's going to scout even more heroes here in order for the Reaper sight to land on the Maureen. They get that one.
That's the bigger prize.
Bigger bounty picked up. Now Skeeter being run down with a track on him, making it easy for the Sniper to use his range to max advantage.
They're really starting to pick up the aggression here. They know this is their window to take the map over. Whenever you find a Tiny, it's just free season for everybody to go in. These Reapers have been landing. Manta's going to be done soon for the Necrophos. That's more lane shove, more obnoxious presence around the map. And these tracks are just such a big threat. You really have to be worried every time that Fiend's Gate is up. You get found on this Lina, you get gated on. You saw the early 4-staff from Maureen. This is not the build you want to have to go on Lina. It's just forced into the position.
Tiny will have no way to deal with this until he gets BKB.
Yes.
And it's going to be a bit before that happens.
They do have BKB on Doom.
Yeah.
They still have ways to win the team fight. If you can land a Doom on the Necrophos especially, it takes a lot of the net worth out of Nigma Galaxy sales. The Sniper's a bigger problem in this game. Like, that's when you're just going to have to address with overwhelming force.
Yeah, that's the part that seems kind of questionable for me. You have to land the Doom on Necro, but you still have to kind of chase after it in order to get the kill.
Yes.
Right?
That's
and
where it's
then
awkward.
You're chasing into the Sniper, which sounds like hell.
That's the double-edged sword of this Doom pick. It really debilitates the Necrophos scale, but I don't think it's a hero that addresses Sniper scale. Generally a rough matchup. You pretty much just have to get really farmed and just send it in the fight and run at the dude. And if the gap gets recreated, you're absolutely screwed. So it's very all in. That's where Skeeter is maybe the one wild card here. Like, what kind of initiations can this Tiny find? If you can start a fight where Skeeter somehow finds Lornoff and like tosses him in on somebody else, double hero avalanche, that fight's gonna look great.
Where he has to use his Hurricane Pike just to get a little bit of distance, and then he's got nothing left.
And he's still susceptible right now. He only has the Hurricane Pike, doesn't have the Shard, doesn't have any other defensive item. So if you do find him right now, he's killable.
Trying to maximize damage right now for Mjolnir. Almost level 15. There's the Hurricane Pike for the Lina, so another core answer to the Underlord Gate.
Falcons just taking a pause here, trying to farm up, getting a bunch of 4-staffs, getting their Tiny to the BKB that they need to enter the engagement. Mar now thinking about going back for the Radiance as well, doesn't want to fall behind in terms of scale in this game. I don't know if periods like this are that favorable for Nigma. Depends how much they believe in the Sniper scale in this game, being able to execute down the stretch, which it is a Lornoff Sniper. He has been popping off this event. There's good reason to have faith in him that he's just going to carry this game.
already looking at a site device saying, yeah, I've got everything I want. Now I'm just going to focus on my scale to late game.
That's a tough build-up. I don't know if he'll commit for that. See what he ends up going.
All it depends on if they can keep the snowball rolling off these track kills, but the game is slowed down.
Yeah, on disc third for Sumail.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, he understands that this is not a game he's going to carry, right? He's playing
for sure.
Create space for Lornoff to be the one to carry.
You just have to survive as long as possible, tank as many spells as possible, not be afraid to push waves. Aeon can do that for you here. It's a mixed bag. It's very good against Lina Tiny. One of the best items in the game against Tiny. Yep. Really bad against ATF here. Like, it's not solving your Doom issue. That is the hardest issue for the Necrophos to solve, though. So in that sense here, like, what are you really going to get?
Would it not be worth to get Lincoln's? I think it's just too easily.
I don't think so. I think you just have to rely on your team. Your team just needs to build 4-staff Glimmer Capes and just bail you out the second Doom pops. Your best bet.
Well, Omar is not the only support with big dreams. GH has much more realistic dreams of a very fast Aghanim Scepter once again.
Will pay off here. This game goes late.
Omar's going to be spotted by the Crystal Maiden. Frostbite. Forstaff gets away from the LSA, but of course he has nowhere to run, so he is definitely dead. Just trying to create as much.
Oh, they found the sniper.
That's real rough for Lornoff. They even managed to get the shackle shot, so he's not going anywhere.
Nice ward down there. Found him on the TP out. Just a random death for him on the map. That's rough.
And that's right. Like, that's the moment where Crits has the confidence now. He's going to buy a gem.
These little things matter a lot in terms of your feel for the game, the momentum, how confident you are to just go out on the map, perhaps take an objective. Tormentor. Ball. Who picks up the shard here? Alina.
Marine. Okay.
Yeah. The maiden one got bought, so did have some high roll chances here.
Now we're going to see her. She pops out Laguna Blade, just instantly maxed out.
It's nice. Really nice with the 15 talent. Getting insta stacks, she becomes super tanky. It's something that you have to consider in this game if you're Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, they've got a lot of magic.
Yes. It's deceptive. You don't think of this Lina as a tanky magic resistance hero. This hero can survive some Scythe on low HP. You get 70, you can get up to 80% magic resist with bags plus all the stacks.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
It's disgusting. So you do have to be a little careful here for Nigma in terms of putting the physical to Lina, not overcommitting too much magic damage, and just being aware of how tanky this hero can get.
Nigma, it feels like things have slowed down enough.
They definitely have.
That it's got to be working against them. Like, this is the game going Falcons' way, right? This is where they want it to be. Game slowed down.
The lead just not as convincing because I don't think this Necrophos net worth counts for a huge amount here. Yeah, the win probability is in their favor. I think the sniper is going to continue to scale. I'm just worried for Sumail. He has to play against some really tough counters in this game. The Lina matchup's tough. The spell casting from the supports is tough. The Doom is really tough. So yeah, he's mega rich, but how much is that going to impact the fight? To me, it's still all about the sniper. And the sniper is the poorest core in this game. Lornoff really didn't find a lot early on. He found a little in the mid game, and then it quieted down again. He had that one death bottom. He needs another good fight to go his way to kind of kickstart his scale into the late game. Daka's just not giving up anything right now.
Why do you think it's that Dota Plus has it at 25.75? Because they're only Nigma Galaxy is not up by very much, and I don't know if I love their scale more than Nigma.
It might just underrate the Lina matchups here. It might overrate the sniper scale a little bit. A lot of these are just executional based. Like on paper, yeah, the sniper is going to be a threat, but again, if he just randomly gets found by a toss, then the whole fight breaks apart.
Yeah. Or Lina is able to, with an Aghanim Scepter, you know, later on, sneak up on him, do most of his HP with one go.
Same with Necrophos. If Necrophos doesn't get doomed or dodge the Lina damage, then he can do a lot of work in the fight.
Nigma Galaxy can keep going back to these pickoffs. They had a good window of just pick off after pick off, and now they're trying to keep that going again, but maybe it turns into a team fight. Bar kind of in bad spot. Ooh, big heals come out, even through the Laguna blade, he doesn't die. Oh, damage. An avalanche. There's an amp damage on the ground. Lornoff does manage to grab it. Now he returns fire back on a Skeeter. Out to pop his BKB. Toss back on Necrophos. Amar? Meanwhile, Amar is in, and Amar's dead.
What is he trying to do there? He's on no HP, just goes in. Gets obliterated by Reaper Scythe.
Yeah, just instant scythe from Samael. There was no questions about that one. And big opening from Nigma Galaxy, because now, hey, guaranteed Roshan right outside the pit. You get a win like that.
And another very clutch Yules by GH. He really has, he's been ruining some of these tiny jumps in the series. Every time this tiny goes in, he gets Yules, and it just buys so much time and space.
Yeah. That was also like he reacted really quickly. He leaped out of the avalanche. Yeah. And Skeeter jumped in.
It's honestly, it's like the best series I've seen GH play in a long time. That's not flaming his other series. He is just in zone right now. Making this Mirana look absolutely beautiful. Already level 15, the Ag's online. He's going to continue to scale from here. You work towards that triple arrow. It's always the dream. That's a really nice Aegis to get here. Give it to the sniper. He has a lot more confidence to stick in the fight. Necrophos is continuing to be big, bad, and in charge unless you can connect the spells on him. And we saw that type of fight. It's not so easy to just leap in and connect damage on some of these heroes. Like, a lot can go wrong for you, especially around these Underlord pits.
Toss back of the bounty hunter.
Still freebie there. No heals going in that time.
We are seeing the value of that 15 talent for the bounty hunter. He dies there, but last time they went on him, it was
tanky.
Real difficult to kill him. There's the heart on the Necrophos. So another hero that's going to be very difficult to kill.
Unless you get doomed.
Well, I mean, even then, Aeon Disc and Heart
might be able to bail him out.
Yeah, like he's able to disengage, wait up the Doom.
Honestly, a lot of the fights might come down to how much Falcons get done before their BKBs run out and you just get stuck in the pits.
Yeah, that is going to be the biggest problem. I feel like Falcons, back when the refresh BKB, it would be very favored.
Yeah, sure.
This game, like, now that you can't have that, as you said, there's so much they need to get done during that BKB window. It is pretty concerning as the game goes late.
It has to happen fast. They can't get kited. You get stuck in pits and Sniper has position, I don't think you can win that fight.
Right.
It just sounds impossible. Maybe you just doom Divide. The opportunity presents itself. I think that's unlikely because he's not going to be on the front line. Sure. He's going to be doing action like this.
Setting up the play. Omar, he does die. Nigma Galaxy. See if they can get something for it. Laguna Blade onto Divide. Actually lost sight of him there. Dust finally goes off, but maybe a little bit too late to go after this Divide Llama kill. Ooh, crit.
Sniper? Doing sniper things?
Is that going to be enough damage?
Oh,
yeah. It is rather easily.
You saw Amar. He doesn't want to doom this Underlord after the gate goes off especially. He had Lotus as well, so you're kind of baiting it. Need the bigger targets. They still have a ward down here. They see everything. Did not want to jump the Aegis. Much of a deterrence.
The other side, Amar goes. Falcons back to farming. Nigma Galaxy doing the same.
Continue to scale up the Lina and the Doom here.
Third BKB online. Malrina's going to go for the right-click build rather than the magic damage build. What are your thoughts about that?
This does not strike me as an AC game.
Yeah, you've been a big proponent of more physical damage builds on Lina.
I think he's maybe just pinging it for, you know, hey, Skeeter, build this for me, thank you.
Okay.
Because if anyone's getting AC in this game, it's tiny.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I think Lina needs to end up... I feel he needs to end up with a blink at some point in this game.
Or at least in... I mean, Aghanim Scepter? Right?
That is another route, yeah. You can go Ags. I always think ending up with Satanic plus a couple damage items feels great. Go that route.
Interesting situation. Threatening the site here. Amar's just going to have the BKB. Don't want to take any risks.
Could get
Radiant's top tower is under
Blink.
attack.
Dodge the gank. That is BKB down. Which, again, how easy is it to fight without BKBs available?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Be another quick tower during this Aegis period. The lead is not growing. for Enigma during this Aegis, though. You
Dire's
need to be aware of that.
tower is under attack.
Getting some objectives, you're getting more time for the
Radiant's
sniper to
top
build
tower
back
has
up.
fallen.
But you're not going to take Falcons off the map. That is a much taller order, as Shackle will not land, and they're just going to bail on this situation. Nothing to fight for there.
Good stuff. Goes to Falcons, trying to get a Blink Dagger. Blink Daggers all around, it seems, as GH agrees. That is a great item. Frit's going to try and build one pretty soon here so he can get better Shackle shot initiations or fall through. Maureen did buy
I was looking at that.
Yeah, maybe.
This really, it seems off to me. This is not a great AC hero because you stand in the back of fights. It's also just isn't the game where I look at it and say he needs more armor.
But if he does have that armor combined with his magic resistance,
He's very tanky.
yeah, like he's going to be crazy tanky.
Yeah, maybe that's the goal. Just be able to tank sniper hits on top of all the magic damage.
I was kind of thinking there was this weird sort of situation where you had pop out with that friendly shadow from Samael. Chasing after Maureen, these heroes are just too fast, it seems. Even when they get him in the pit, it's too late.
Need arrows to connect here. That's your big stun in this game. Here he's gonna walk into Sumail.
Spotted on the sentry. Peter, Harpoon, he's far enough away. He'll be able to blink out just fine.
Game is so much about vision control. The sentries, the gems, the bounty scouting, Mirana ultimate, Shadow Blade Tiny. So many invis mechanisms trying to set the fight up.
They had the ward on the gate that spotted in. The Reaper's Scythe is not going to be enough damage. They have a track on him, but nobody able to close the gap.
Kills are getting a little frustrating for Nigma.
They are.
That is time. Time for this Tricore to farm their way to the top of the chart.
Falcons just keep on looking for an opening. They're going to go for one on divide here. Toss him up in the air, allow the LSA. Fall through with Maureen having the damage. Makes it a whole lot smoother to get that kill.
That's a big pickoff. It's what their lineup's supposed to do. Find the isolated hero, kill him, snowball the map. Not necessarily just take a 5-on-5 into Necrophos plus Unlord Goo, creating space for the sniper. That formation's very tough to break. Isolated heroes into snowball, way easier for all their single target damage. Page gonna dodge this gang top. Such a close game. Dead even.
Nail's going to TP in. They're going to drop some vision here. They say this is an opportunity. Amar apparently not scared of anything here. I mean, I guess there's really nothing that's ever going to stop him from BKB running away.
Could get chain stun on top of arrow into sight. That's about all you're afraid of. Another Tormentor. Another shard. Net worth lead swings towards Falcons for the first time in this game. That's kind of wild.
Other amp damage. Nigma Galaxy feels like they haven't gotten the better of power runes for a little bit, but they will get one on Samael here. Him and Omar gonna lead the charge with the friendly shadow. We'll keep the lanes pushed in with these Radiance illusions.
Just crossing the whole map. You kind of need this play to land. Committed so much for it.
We have a high ground ward plus entry here for Maureen Skeeter. They both make a quick retreat as soon as some heroes show up. This is the annoying part for Nigma Galaxy against Falcons. They can be so elusive what they want to be. You understand the game they're playing right now, and it's a game of keep away.
They're just stalling out the timing. They're just slowly making this Necrophos net worth less and less impactful. Nigma need to find a way to speed this game up or force the fights. Roshan is one mechanism to do that.
You're about to hit pretty peak Necro. Level 25, overwhelming blink, just spamming out his Q. Nigma Galaxy, if they are struggling to find pickoffs, is there any point that you say, all right, screw it, let's just 5-man ball into a tier 2, force Falcons to try and fight us?
No way. Someone's just gonna get tossed.
Yeah.
Vision. They're not worried about the bounty hunter. You definitely don't force a fight on an objective that Falcons control. You can maybe force it on Roshan because then you can bring them into a more open area or into your wards or bounty hunter control. Play off of a pit blocking a staircase or something. That fight can get a lot more weird for Falcons. Going into one of the towers is complete suicide here.
There's the overwhelming blink for the Necro. But we also have a Daedalus complete for Skeeter. So many of these cores are closing in on their 25s. There is multiple level 24s right now.
Falcons are finding a little more net worth on their cores, though. Big items on all their heroes. Overwhelming Blink Doom. Satanic going to be finished shortly for Maureen with his 25. And that Daedalus on the Tiny.
Will it make the difference?
You got the Flares Boda too. It's so much damage on this hero.
Maureen trying to bait a little bit. Has a shield rune. Reaper's try and cut him down. It's not going to be quite enough. And the shield rune activates. Maureen's going to be good for now. Still poking at him. Device actually thinking about chasing, but the fight comes straight to Nigma Galaxy. A jump in from Skeeter. Finish off the bounty hunter while they're poking at him with the sniper. And those folks hurt too. Skeeter even has to pop his BKB as he backs it out. They have to feed him a Lotus. They try and keep him alive right now with the Silver Edge. I think he might have made it. Avalanche toss back. Maureen going after Omar. That might be a dieback for him.
Got the Doom.
Onto the sniper. If they can put damage on him, he might take out, but they can't do it. With the invisibility, he's able to get away. Crit pushed back into the pit. Very nicely done by Nigma Galaxy.
Goes on the Lina.
Out of the fight.
GH found him.
Managed to get the arrow. Big play from GH, finding the opening onto Maureen. If they can finish him off, it'll be a massive win, and they got him. Hunt him down. Snake King's up next, and Nigma Galaxy, the long fight, it draws out, and it's all to their favor.
The jumps were also a little disconnected for Falcons. The tiny jumps were good, but the Doom, he kind of had to back off, and then he went in on his own. Doom the sniper, which honestly is just not the target you want to Doom because he can survive that. They're going to play around him here, and the formation. Formation means everything for Nigma Galaxy in this game. Look at the space created for Lornoff in this fight. They're nowhere close to dealing with him. He zones out Amar. Now he's going to zone out the Tiny. He's sitting under a gate in a pit. He has his two big boys running in front of him. And by the time you try and turn this fight and jump him off of a little overextension here, you do find him with the Doom. But everybody else got zoned off. You can't put any extra damage into him. Great positioning from Nigma Galaxy. Great find at the end by GH again. And Nigma, they're pushing. Look, they're pushing deep.
Behind the tier 4, second one down. Oh, they get Amar and crit.
Oh, they're crumbling.
Keep the numbers.
No pie.
Falcons have slipped up in a big, big way. Nigma Galaxy, one lane of barracks into 2. Are they just going to be able to close out the game right here? And
they might. The Sumail aggression.
A tier 2 remains in the bottom lane. Nigma Galaxy, they can't get Megas, so they will back out. Roshan's up after all. There's no reason to try and end it out here. They can play it safe. They can play it a bit more disciplined. They'll go back for the extra life.
What a read on that moment right there. To go for more right outside the fountain. So much can go wrong. But that man right there has never cared about getting close to the enemy fountain. Sumail has had many TI moments centered around that objective. Some of them have worked out, some haven't, but he has never grown fearful. Perhaps a moment in this game, in this series. Nigma Galaxy, they will claim another Aegis with a banner. Only one lane remaining for Falcons.
Aegis now for Lornoff. Falcons have found no way, despite the net worth that they pulled back throughout some of this mid-game. Despite them evening things out, they still have not found a solution. The item increase has not managed to get them through the formation that Nigma Galaxy have presented.
They need more ways to get around it or just punch through the front line. They're not doing either right now. They do have 25 on Tiny for double toss charge. They have 25 on Lina for the extra crit attacks. That is extra damage to punch through this front line. It's a lot to punch through. Potential buybacks as well. You have to worry about the Necrophos second life with the buy bots into the fight. Underlord second life with buy gate into the fight. Nigma Galaxy can just throw lives at a high ground to get through the big spells here like the Doom. You only have one Doom available.
Double Lincolns, Divine and GH both pick up the Lincolns in this window. Offer the one team fight into more pickoffs into lanes of barracks that flush gold.
And Amar,
Lincolns that can protect Sumail.
he didn't go Ags on this Doom. He went to overwhelming blink. He might regret that now. There's also that Hex completed on the bounty. You really have to watch the jumps with the Tiny in particular. If you go in, you don't BKB, you get Hex, that can be the fight.
He also doesn't have a neutral creep that would give him a way to break through link. He got Hex and an avalanche, an instant Hex, and now the Tiny's dead.
Does have buy.
A buyback, but Nigma Galaxy have used very little for this. A Reaper's Sight, that's good enough. Lornoff is still plinking away at this tier 3, putting the pressure on Falcons.
What are you gonna do?
Gotta come up with a solution fast. They managed to find an LSA, and that's
Arrow?
burned through the sniper here. Maureen had to pop his BKB to commit. Can he go around for a second line here?
Didn't get the BKB.
Cut through him, try and get through these Lincolns, and they've got the final hits coming in. Lornoff does die. Now Skeeter marches forward. Now they've got
Oh boy.
Lincolns.
Oh boy.
They just get slaughtered. Oh, Nigma Galaxy, the high ground becomes their nemesis once again.
They needed to get that sniper back a little further or have someone go in, check some of the blink daggers. He did not get BKB off on the respawn and just got annihilated. And that Skeeter buyback did work. He just laid into them on the clump. The second the sniper's gone, there's no hope of you winning that fight. But there's no way of getting out.
Close to just being able to close out this game. One fight, one hold from Falcons, and they still have a chance in this now.
See, everybody's behind his positioning here. Like, you either have to run in and try and debilitate some of the damage that's going to come out, or be confident that he's getting BKB and you're going to be able to reset. And that is just worst case scenario. I mean, that's an incredibly brutal way for that fight to go, that you all get clumped and annihilated from the AoE cleave.
They are dead for so long that Falcons are going to get a ton off the map.
Gold Swing is insane in this game.
Tower has fallen.
Okay,
Last few minutes.
Middle tower
How
has
much
fallen.
will this change? Like, it's going to be more items for Falcons, but Falcons have still struggled even with the items presented to them. They might even get a lane of barracks here, but
I get a couple.
that evens things out to what Nigma Galaxy kind of already have.
Satanic on the Lina. That's pretty big here. It'll get Amar to Ags, which is also pretty big. They had a nice timing where they had these Lincolns and Lotus and he didn't have Ags. Now he's going to have that.
Dire's top barracks.
So that kind of removes some net worth from their side, adds a lot to Falcons. If he can just blink in there with this overwhelming like Shiva's AoE Doom, and Nigma can't really get away from it because you're slowed, it's going to be a big problem.
That's so funny. They invested so much to counter this Doom, and there was one window where the Doom should have been ineffective.
They had an opportunity there.
And now an Aghanim Scepter to be done for Amar, so he doesn't care about those Lincolns.
That's one of those high grounds that could decide a lot in this series, in this tournament.
May haunt Nigma Galaxy and their fans' dreams to come, but there's still an advantage. They still have
For sure.
a setup that
Shadows take us.
has been hard for Falcons to crack. That was really the only time, and it was simply because, I mean, a lot of it was based off of the fact they were sitting on a high ground
For
situation.
sure. Going high ground is the hardest thing for Nigma in this game with the sniper in terms of that positioning. There's a lot of ways to backstab the formation, abuse buybacks. You got to remember, Skeeter had to buy for that fight too. Insta died on the blink into the Hex, just didn't expect it. Got to be more disciplined next time. Got to think about it for sure. Lina doing Lina things though. Really scary hero. No Silver Edge, no Blink, no Ags for Maureen does really hurt his gap close mechanisms. However, he just stands there and right clicks them.
Yeah, he's trying to out-snipe with a sniper.
Yeah, he's incredibly tanky. Very hard to bring down. That was like almost a 20k gold swing off of that one high ground.
Double gems on Falcons, so Omar's going to have to be real careful when he's trying to be out on the map and trying to scout what Falcons are up to.
I still think buybacks for Nigma Galaxy are huge in this game. Just being able to go and take a fight that Doom or Lina kills somebody and you can buy back and still win the overall engagement.
But I mean, I feel like it
It's a big
takes
deal.
an extreme level of confidence to utilize buybacks when you're pushing into the enemy.
Okay, that situation is also very difficult to do it, I agree. Something around a Roshan pit or something, though. A lot of games of Dota end outside of someone's base. You just win that fight. They feel they have to commit.
Right.
team is going the distance, though. Both high grounds are tough to break when you have these really long-range turret heroes.
Scotty being built up for the sniper, which will be, we make this hero even tankier, will be rather debilitating for any of these heroes trying to close the gap, is extra effective against range heroes.
Got a shrapnel talent, too.
Yeah.
A lot of extra just vision control in the team fight. Nice talent.
Out of my way!
Slow, though. This sniper is not very mobile. Another reason the formation matters so much.
So we had this bug not too long ago where the Daedalus and the crit damage on Lena's talent kind of messed things up.
It's fine now.
Okay.
So these Daedaluses are gonna hit real hard. We'll have a tiny buyback cooldown for 3 minutes here. If Nigma want to try and do something with it, it's just tough with Roche is not available. How do you? You're not just gonna force high ground. It's insane. Maybe you get a fast Roche spawn though, and I think Falcons are gonna be tentative to contest that without 2 lives in the tiny.
Certainly the most ideal scenario, but maybe it's possible something just kind of shows up. They can find a pickoff somewhere here, one of these fishing arrows, perhaps.
I also think the Marana 25 is huge.
Yeah.
It's a really impressive talent with the triple arrow. They got 25 on the Underlord for the extra hit route. Took that over the DPS, which I think is fine this game. I don't think the DPS matters too much. Probably not landing it anyway.
Yeah, like these pits are going to be effective at some point. The fight is not going to last just 7 seconds. It's not going to be just a BKB duration. At least that's what Nigma Galaxy are hoping.
It's all in the sniper. He gets jumped, the fight's over.
Get him on the pit. X follow-up sight. Mar in big trouble. Will activate the BKB. Start making his way away. They've got a track on him still. They're putting damage on him. He can't blink away. Got him in a pit once again. Smel's got to blink after. Hit him with the Reaper sight. Do they have saves? They've got nothing.
Ooh. I thought you were maybe overextending on that chase, but you're able to connect the Necrophos.
That was a ton of gold too. 1,700 team gold for that kill.
Right as this Roche spawns, however, it's a long spawn.
That is unfortunate for Nigma Galaxy. They do have control of this amp damage, so they can kind of hold it and have it if they really want. That's just Nornoff's just going to instantly activate it. His Scotty, you can almost buy that out right now.
I'm going to look for something here. You can use this Bounty Hunter shard to give an extra Shadow Blade to the sniper. Pretty nice for him to engage. Might try and surprise Falcons on their high ground.
Some aggression.
This team is so aggressive when they're confident. I wouldn't be surprised if Sumail just blinks in here or something. Like, it's anything's on the table.
Nigma Galaxy, this could be their finest moment, or it could be another throw on a high ground. They will retreat. They don't see the opportunity. Falcons doesn't give it to them. They smoked up on behind their tier 4s. They really made the read. Nigma Galaxy was trying something there.
You got to play for Roche here. You got to be disciplined. I'm sure somewhere in the back, Kuroki was sweating right there. Like, please, guys. Please, no.
9,000 gold on Sumail. He's thinking about buying out a full Wind Waker.
I do think Wind Waker is your best tool in this situation to try and get away from the Doom. He's almost too rich for his own good, though. And we have 10 buybacks available in this game. Outpost control is available for Nigma Galaxy. That's a big deal here for this Roshan. Gotta hold this hill. 10 buyback fight, though. We have the one Doom. I think this is where we're
gonna go for the smoke.
This is in theory where Underlord shines. These super late game team fights where you have multiple lives on everybody, that you know the fight's gonna be super long. The second time they go in with lives, they don't have BKBs.
They made the stand. They know what's going on. They're going to run right into the Falcons. Omar, he's almost immediately going to be popped. They actually do go for the AoE. Took the Reaper side cut down crit at the same time. But
Viper has position.
Total free fight right now. Maureen's going to try and challenge him. And he's going to force that forward. And Lordoff's losing that fight. He's making a run for it. The shots are coming in from Maureen. One after another. Got a crit to finish him off.
Has to buy.
Does the damage. He's going to have to buy for this one. And they can gate in potentially. Maureen surrounded by too many heroes. He's not making it out of here. He delivers what damage he can, hopes to kill Omar, will not have enough for it. Will he buy back to try and play for this Roshan? Skeeter's trying to get away with the harpoon. He gets out. Sumail with a chase. A friendly toss from Skeeter, trying to get Snake King out of here. Snake King once again tossed over by Skeeter before he blinks away. They got Snake King out. They kept some heroes alive. They got buybacks out of some of Nigma Galaxy. But Nigma Galaxy have control of the pit. They will take this Roshan.
Lornoff canceled his TP. Did not like the position he was going to end up being on the outpost. I think it was a wise call, but it did mean he had to walk out from base. Still, if he gets Aegis here, Nigma Galaxy are okay with this exchange. They did get double support buyback that's influential here. You get to give a second life to your sniper. I mean, that's the power of Lina. If he can manfight the sniper, you win that manfight.
Roshan is trying to get to the other side right now, and he's running real fast. They do not let this get away, fortunately. The pit will hold them back. They'll get all the items, because if Roshan managed to make a sprint for the other side, Falcons was lying in wait.
These are big items. You needed second life on the buyback for the sniper. The banner, you need to go high ground. And Refresher Shard. Pretty tempting to leave it for Sumail here for double Reaper. It's solid on Underlord as well. There's good arguments for both. Just depends how you think the fight's going to play out, but I'd see Sumail keeping this.
Finally, the Scotty is done there for Lornoff. He had to hold on for a buyback earlier.
Yes. And we saw that Wind Waker for Snake King, a huge item in this game in terms of dodging the Reaper sights. Yep. The sights have been a problem. They don't have a hard save for them.
Okay. Well, you got the extra life on the sniper, but are you willing to use it when that sniper doesn't have buyback? If they go high ground, he dies twice. It feels like Nigma Galaxy will lose the game off of that.
Look at this smoke. Proactive from Falcons. They're not going to wait on the high ground. They're going to try and catch Nigma Galaxy off guard. Not expecting
right
this.
Now, trying to get a pick off.
GH have a read of this?
GH has a blink. Oh, but it got caught by the avalanche. They toss him up in the air midway through the leap. They got the pick. Not a huge one. Not something that necessarily will change anything about the state of the game.
It's just going to cause Nigma to wait another minute and a half here before doing anything. Art did finish Refresher as well, so that's a big deal. Now those long fights look a little better for Falcons with double Doom capability. You can pop one early, run somebody down. Maybe you kill the Necrophos, he buys back. You still have a Doom waiting for him again. That can be pretty brutal to play into here. And of course, 60-minute items. Only a couple minutes away here. You think you have the stronger role potential. And wait for it.
Avery, if you're Nigma Galaxy right now.
I don't want to be Nigma Galaxy. That is an incredibly stressful situation.
Would you go high ground with the Aegis, no buyback? Because it is almost 5 minutes with that. Otherwise, you're just kind of wasting the Aegis. Do you want a total reset here? You feel better for that?
I think if Nigma Galaxy go high ground now, it will not end well for them. I think triple core buyback being available with Tiny Toss and double Doom defending that position with vision advantage, I think you can kill the sniper twice, and I think that's all they need. I think it's too scary. I think the way you win this game is taking a fight outside of Falcon's base and getting core buybacks. Once core buybacks are down, then you can go for that high ground.
Right, which is why it was so crucial that Falcons, in that fight, only had to use support buyback.
Yes. I don't think the support buybacks are enough. They don't matter, because the two supports don't have to initiate or do anything. They're just going to sit in the back. You need to find them outside the base. This kind of situation can be
on multiple heroes.
Very good.
Forced Snap to get away. Jump onto the Tiny, but they got the AoE Doom. That's locking down the
arrow. Landed.
And through onto the Doom. They do have a Wind Waker to try and help him out. The Yandex protecting Sumail for now. And Amar just locked in place, has to pop his BKB and make
the
a
assassinate.
He didn't see that arrow coming. Meanwhile, the assassinate
got canceled.
Sumail, he jumped toward him. He the avalanche from Skeeter, but he can't get away. Sumail cuts him down. The pin almost catching the Doom, but Amar, he gets away.
The Tiny just got melted by the Necrophos. What a clutch arrow. Stun the Doom, full duration. He's getting pelted down. Has to bail on that fight. About to be assassinated, LSA come in and canceled it.
They do have that refresher on Amar. He do have a buyback.
Look at the blink.
Look at Smail just straight to the high ground. They got the sight, the Vice initiation. A force tap trying to get Malrine away. He pops his Satanic. Here comes that side. The Wind Waker to keep him alive. They Satanic him. They get him in. He heals the Scotty. Slow down. Another force tap trying to get him out. Out. Malrine running. He's back to the fountain. He's good for now. Snaking. Those are gonna die.
The blink cancel.
Hit on Amar.
Oh, he's in trouble.
A bid with the AoE Doom. Lorinov stops him in his tracks. Malrine tries to stop him. Teleporting right on top of him. Another set device. Another initiation. More damage flowing in. Lorinov standing his ground. Malrine, Amar, they're pushed all the way back. Amar got his initiation in. Upside skater. Malrine, he goes down. They have to Nigma Galaxy. Everything to try and kill Lorinov, but they can't. It's over. It's all over. Nigma Galaxy. They managed to get the victory over Falcons and will stay in the upper bracket.
What a win for this team. Pushing it to the exact 60-minute mark. They were not going to wait for neutral items in this one. They were not going to wait for some sort of buyback opportunity. They got the fight outside.
You